Alright, what's up you hardcore motherfuckers? Before I start the review, I just want to give a quick shout out to Shreya. Make sure you check out her channel. She is a wrestling fan as well. She also does TNA reviews from time to time when she feels like it. So make sure you check out her channel, follow her on Twitter. I'm gonna have the links down in the description box. Also, this week I got to finish the Daredevil season 2, which is fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. The Punisher, fucking awesome. So, I finished Daredevil, Jessica Jones. Now I'm just waiting for Luke Cage's series to premiere, which will happen one of these months. And they definitely need to make a Punisher series, definitely, because it's all part of the story as well, including the Ninja Turtles. If you know your history, if you're a comic book reader, then you would notice that they also actually kind of are linked to this whole New York Hell's Kitchen thing. But anyways, this is not a movie review, this is a TNA review, so let's get this over with. So the show opens up with us seeing Lashley and Drew Galloway arriving at the Impact Zone, and then later on they see each other, and then they have a stare down, and then Drew Galloway starts to attack Bobby Lashley. So they started, so they basically started fighting, and the wrestlers had to jump in and break up the fight. So see, and this is also one of the things about TNA that I always have liked about TNA, the way they open their shows. It's either a brawl right away, or a match, or an outdoor segment. TNA has always been good with this shit, It's not like the other company where you have the Authority coming out and have a fucking 20 fucking minute promo, you know what I mean? So, yeah, good thing. So after that, the show starts up with Willow coming out, not the real Willow, of course, but the Shadow Willow. That's how Jeff Hardy calls him. So this Shadow Willow starts to talk, and then he says he has no fear, no regret, and that his mind is clearer, and that he is Willow and he is free. And then he does the whole Willow laugh. I liked how they kind of put a sound effect to the mic. They have this creepy voice when they talk. I really like that. But after that, then Jeff Hardy came out. So Jeff Hardy then tells him that whatever he's trying to do is not going to work, and that there's one Willow in the world, and he lives inside of him, Jeff Hardy, and he is from the imagination. And then he tells the Willow that he is a fraud and will expose, and that Jeff Hardy will expose him. Jeff then says that Willow has a special place in his heart. When Jeff Hardy needs to go dark, he turns into Willow. And then he tells this Shadow Willow that he has 3 questions for him. Do you love? Do you die? Do you hate? Do you die forever late? Sorry about that, I'm kind of rushing in Willow's way. And then he does this laugh, and then Jeff Hardy starts to attack him, which ended up being a match. It was a really short match. Obviously, I don't think it was meant to be a long match anyways, because this is a fresh start, this is a new build-up, so the beginning of a new build-up and story. So I don't think it was meant to be a long match or a good match anyways, but it was a short match. Jeff Hardy got the win by doing the twist of fate to him. And then Jeff tried to remove the mask, but then the other Willow, because there are 2, actually 3, but the second Willow then came out and attacked Jeff Hardy from behind. And then the third Willow came out, which happened to be Matt Hardy. Now, in my last week's review, I said that the 2 Willows are probably the 2 guys that TNA recently hired. But what I forgot to mention was that, because I completely forgot that there might have been a possibility that Matt Hardy might be behind this. I don't know why I didn't thought of that, but it's pretty obvious that it was Matt Hardy. So I didn't even thought of that, but it happened to be Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy talking about how he's gonna destroy everything, how he's gonna defeat and beat Jeff Hardy at Slammiversary. What he did to him at the match that they had turned him into this new crazy guy, you know, all of that. And then he also said that Jeff Hardy didn't finish the job. I am so glad that they brought that up, because because the match that they had, there was no winner. Like I said, there was no winner, because yes, Jeff Hardy got up, but it wasn't a last man standing match. It was an I quit match. So basically, Jeff Hardy never made Matt Hardy say I quit. So that is what Matt Hardy meant with he didn't finish the job. So I'm really glad they brought that up, because there are, you know, little stuff like that that most of us don't forget and do notice, you know, and and people like us are gonna have a problem with that, because it's a hole, and when there is a hole, you need to fucking fix it. You know what I mean? So good thing. So for that, TNA gets bonus points from me, you know, because because there still was no winner, you know. It was an I quit match, not a last man standing match, because I was really kind of confused and pissed off, actually, in a way, because I mean, like, what the fuck. So I'm glad they brought it up, you know. So with that out of the way, but yeah, so that was that segment. So after that, and oh yeah, so Matt Hardy has a new look, a new character. It's a fresh start. I really like where they are going with this story. I really love what they have done with this story. We probably may not get Willow, but I'm still hoping. I still think we're gonna get the real Willow eventually. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll just have to see how this whole thing plays out. But I love what they've done. Matt Hardy having a new look and a new character, that's great. You know, that's great. And I'm really looking forward to the match that they will have at Slammiversary. I think it's gonna be a damn good match. I really think it's gonna be a damn good match. Maybe even better than the match they had, the I Quit match. I'm guessing there will be involvement by the two Willows, but I still hope it won't, because, you know, I'm kind of getting tired when there is involvement with these type of matches. You know, there needs to be a clean win and a clean loss. You know, but whatever. I still think it's gonna be a good match, so I'm looking forward to that. But so after that, we get a backstage segment with us seeing Velvet Sky. She basically needed to meet Maria, but instead she met Allie, who many of us know as Cherry Bomb from the independent scene. And then Allie says that Velvet has a match and with Sienna, Allison Kay, and that if she loses, she's fired. This match pretty much already got spoiled, because you know why? Because we already knew that Velvet Sky left TNA. So yeah, that's kind of like a spoiler, because we already knew Velvet was gonna lose this, since we already know she left long before all of this, you know. So that's why I hate tapings though, but whatever. After that, we get a segment with us seeing Dixie Carter and JB. They talked about the match. Drew Galloway and Bobby Lashley will have Dixie, saying that the main event will be a lumberjack match. So that was the main event. After that, we get a knockouts match: Velvet Sky versus Sienna, Allison Kay. I'm just gonna call her Allison Kay. I'm sorry, I can't with these basic names that TNA gives the women. I just can't. And speaking of basic names, Allie, the character they gave Cherry Bomb, typical basic blonde character right there. Why the hell would you give her that? That is like, no offense, no pun intended, but that is a typical blonde character. That's how blondes act, you know. But whatever, we'll have to see. It was an okay match. I thought Velvet Sky did a lot more than when she usually wrestles, because I'm not really all that high on Velvet Sky, because in my eyes she's just eye candy, not really that good of a wrestler. But she did had a good showing tonight. She did a lot more moves than she normally does. What a way to go out, I guess. But Sienna still ended up getting the win, so that means away with Velvet Sky. And I wonder how this whole thing with the beautiful people will play out, because what is Angelina Love is pregnant, and then we have Queen Bee, Madison Rae. So I don't know if they're gonna replace Velvet Sky. I just think beautiful people is done with, you know, because the dollhouse actually was kind of sort of a yeah, even the dollhouse, you know, that's kind of done with as well, if you ask me. I haven't seen them for in a while, but we'll just have to see. No more Velvet Sky. I won't be surprised if you see her in NXT, because that's where all the people go now, you know, suck dick for money, but whatever, get your money, man. And after that, we get a scene where we see Mike and Maria at some swimming pool place. I'm guessing it's a hotel someplace or whatever, but yeah, I'm not really gonna talk about this segment. It's just the usual talk that he does, showing off, talking about his perfect life and all of that. But after that, we get an in-ring segment with Mike. I'm just gonna keep this short, just like last week's review, because like I said, to me, this feud that EC3 and Mike Bennett have has got to be the most boring one by far to me. Too much talking. It's the same promo every fucking time, so it gets tiresome. It bores me, and which is why I'm gonna keep this segment as short as possible, like how I did last week. So Mike Bennett talks about calling out a Hall of Famer, and it happens to be Earl Hebner. Then he said he wants to wrestle Earl Hebner, which ended up happening. He won Earl Hebner. He beat Earl Hebner, of course, obviously. And after that, EC3 came out. And then Mike says that the demon, and then Mike Stark says the demon he will face tonight, because remember, he lets EC3 fight all the demons in his past, and then if he beats all of them, he will get to wrestle Mike Bennett. Last week he had Spot in a steel cage match, and that his second demon will be Tyrus, and it's a last man standing match. And that match happened right at that very moment. So as far as this match goes, let me see. There was a table involved, chairs, guardrail, and a steel step. EC3 got the power bomb Tyrus on the table. Tyrus did a body slam on the chairs to EC3. EC3 did a Samoan drop on the guardrail to Tyrus, and then EC3 got the win by pulling up and placing the steel step on Tyrus, as he pretty much used that weight of the steel step to keep Tyrus down, and that's how he got the win. So, moving on. Oh yeah, well, it was a good match. It was an okay match. Just a good, okay match. After that, we get a scene where we see Bobby Lashley training in the gym. The same thing I was telling y'all. TNA has always been good with these outdoor segments, showing us how these guys train for the match and all of that good stuff. It gives it that realistic feel. You know what I mean? TNA has always been good at that. It's not like the other side. After that, we get a tag team match with involves Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett. Didn't I say that they were gonna form a tag team between the two? I think it was obvious, huh? Against Eddie Edwards and DJZ. I really enjoyed this match. As far as DJZ is a really damn good wrestler. He really needs to go back to his Sema Iron character, because he was at his best when he was the Sema Iron that he is. And a few years back, he was actually the X Division guy. He was the face actually of the X Division, if you ask me. That he is really good. Y'all don't even know, man. You should see this guy wrestle when he was in Mexico, and he was wrestling in Mexico. This guy is really fucking good, man. Don't underestimate these fucking Filipinos. They can do some really awesome shit. I mean, look at TJP, TJ Perkins, fucking good wrestler. But yeah, I enjoyed this match. But yeah, DJC got the win, so that kind of puts them in a spot for the tag team titles. But I guess they have to wrestle a couple of times to finally get that shot. You know how it works. I don't have to fucking tell you this. And after that, we get a scene where we see Drew Galloway training. Exactly what I was talking about, that realistic feel. And after that, we get a in-ring segment from Eli Drake. Another fact of life segment. Just gonna keep it short. Eli Drake says that anybody with half a brain in their head, they know, and if you don't, you should. My name is Eli Drake. And as the official namer of dummies, tonight we're gonna name some names. And if you happen to call if I happen to call you out, sorry, believe that's not an insult, that's just a fact of life. His guest was Bram. I'm just gonna keep it short. This segment was basically just the start of a build-up for these two, for when these two are gonna wrestle, and I'm guessing it's gonna happen at Slammiversary, I guess. I hope so, because they haven't really... Slammiversary is next month. I think the second week from June. Yeah. And they haven't really given us any actual build-ups or matches, so they're gonna really have to speed things up, but I hope this will be at Slammiversary because it's for the title, you know, so it should be something special. But yeah, that's what this segment was just about. After that, we get a quick backstage segment with Mike Bennett and EC3. I have no fucking idea what this segment was about again. It's just, I think it had to do with EC3 saying that he's tired and that he wants to fight Mike Bennett right away. Oh yeah, Mike Bennett gives him his final demon to wrestle, which is Matt Hardy, and that match is scheduled for next week. So if he gets to beat Matt Hardy, he will get to wrestle Mike Bennett, which I think EC3 will end up beating Matt Hardy, because this is definitely a match that will happen at Slammiversary. Of course, he said it. Yeah, so that was that segment. After that, we get the main event between Lashley and Drew Galloway. As usual, we saw the Lumberjacks coming out. Not all of them were there, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see all of the guys, but whatever. There were enough guys for it to be a Lumberjack match. But this match could have been a better match, in my opinion. It was an okay match. It was good, a lot of wrestling, but it could have been a way better match, because the match only lasted like 9 minutes, and it was a fucking disqualification, and the match got disqualified because one of the Lumberjacks, I think it was Trevor Lee, pulled Drew Galloway out of the ring, and the ref ended up disqualifying Lashley. So it could have been a way better match. I'm not really all that angry about it, because I like how they ended the show. A lot of shit went down, a lot of high flying shit went down. Fucking guys started to fucking flip and all of that shit. EC3 got speared by Lashley. Drew Galloway hit the clash to Lashley. Matt Hardy snuck in and started fighting with Jeff Hardy. So I liked how they ended the show. Really good. So good show. It was a good show though. It was a really good show. It was an entertaining show. Let me put it like this. It was an entertaining show. It was good enough for it to for next week's show. You know what I mean? So because of the bonus, I'm just gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. Could have been more or less, but I liked it. I liked tonight's show more than I did last week's show, to be honest. So yeah, we'll have to see how next week will be. I hope better, because one thing about TNA, they always do the unexpected. You know what I mean? They always have a lot of surprises. We all know they are in a really difficult situation right now, financially, as well as whatever the hell goes down. But TNA is strong. You know, Dixie Carter is a strong woman. She has a lot of faith. She believes in their people. So TNA ain't fucking going down. I'm telling you that right now. So you can hope how much you fucking want for the ship to sink. It won't, because they will always find a way to fix the holes. You know what I mean? So if you a hater, fuck you. You know, you either watch it or you fucking don't. if you watch the WWE, then keep on fucking watching your shit show, you know. So yeah, if you've watched this video all the way till the end, thank you very much. If you've liked my review, hit the like button, please subscribe, that way you know when I have uploaded a video, because I do Lucha Underground reviews as well. I don't know when I'm gonna start doing Ring of Honor reviews. I've ordered a bunch of other DVDs, so I'll do the reviews for that as well. If you go to my channel, you will notice that I do DVD reviews of certain independent shows, the DVDs that I have. And yeah, that's just about it. So see you next week, and make sure you check out Shreya, her channel. Okay, I really appreciate that, because don't worry, she's a hot girl, pretty girl, just don't piss her off though, you know. So see you next week.